We have 4 simple rules. Number 1, we don't discuss politics, ever. Number 2, this is not a religious channel, and while you might hear people say, God bless you, or I'm going to pray for you, or I wouldn't have gotten through this without my faith, that's fine. What's not fine is to say, my God is better than your God, or here's why you're not getting into heaven. It's not going to fly. Number 3, we believe wholeheartedly if you can't control your tongue, then you can't control your life. So while on board, there's not going to be any cursing in the live chat. Period. And number 4, there is no room for mean people on the lifeboat. Because we discuss very sensitive things from people's past in our group setting, we got to protect those people. The only way they feel confident and comfortable discussing those things is in an environment that is free of trolls and mean people. So if you're a mean person or you're a troll, we're going to block you for life. And if your account happens to be less than 24 hours old, we're probably a little suspicious right from the word go. Why? Well, because there are people in this world who enjoy being cruel solely for the sake of being cruel. It's not going to fly here. But if you're here because you're trying to get sober and live your best life, then you might find that the lifeboat is just that, a lifeboat. I'm Captain Tommy Scoville, and we will see you on deck.
Hey guys, what's up? What is up? What is up? Somebody please give me a 5 for 5, if you could. Obviously, guys, you guys got me tonight. I'm not sure if you like that or not, but that's what you got. I hope you guys like it, but yeah. So I'm gonna try to. I got to make an adjustment here on my OBS. So guys, just give me a 5 for 5, and then we'll try to get going here. Let's see what happens when I drop it in there like that. Okay, yeah, it looks good. Okay. All right, cool. Good to see you guys. Guys, do me a favor real quick. Please stop and share this stream. There is a share button. If you guys just click on the bottom of your window there, right in the YouTube window, it'll say share. I know a lot of people don't know that button's even there. So if you, and then it'll give you options when you type on, or when you click on that. If you could, guys, please do that and share it out to Facebook and all your social media. Make community. You can do a community post on your own YouTube channel too. Send it out to everybody you know. We're just trying to, help as many people as we can, and that's the best way that we can support the channel and support us. Sorry about that, guys. I know I got all up close and personal. I had to get my pop, but that is what it is. So yeah, guys. Obviously, if you guys read the thumbnail, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And I don't have a whole lot of in-depth information to show you. It's more of, I guess, if you want to call it this, more photographic stuff. Because I think it's really powerful when you see certain images. And it really does help people understand that stuff is going on in our country, in our world. Right here in our streets. Okay? If you guys seen the thumbnail, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to... guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to try to find a pic of a... matter of fact, I know where some of the pics are, so I just got to go get them real quick. But some of the streets, guys, I mean, I got to show it to you because people don't understand how bad it truly is. And, so give me 1 second here, and I just want to grab a couple screenshots because I think these kinds of things will really show you guys what's actually happening here. Sorry about that. Didn't mean for that to happen. Didn't mean for that to happen at all. So I'm gonna and listen, okay? I understand that some of this stuff can be triggers, right? But you're not gonna see anything here that you wouldn't be able to access yourself. And you're not going to see anything here that you probably haven't already seen, like on the news. So I'm just going to take a couple of screenshots here, and I'm going to pull them up for you. And I'm just trying to find the best ones that represent what's actually going on here real quick. And I'm sorry, I was a little bit ill prepared. And I had enough time. This is, Tommy's not going to be here. I had enough time. He gave me enough time. This is my fault. So I really I am sorry about that. That's not something I intended to do. But, it is what I can't always be 100%. But we're trying. We're trying. So we talked about the other day, guys. We talked about the nod, right? That's where these guys are nodding out. They're, and they're literally like out, standing straight up, out like a light. And I'm going to show you guys some pictures of that right here on our streets. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of keep it to Philadelphia right now, because right now, that's kind of the hot topic, just to be honest. There's a lot of drugs coming in and out in Kensington. Kensington Avenue is what they call it. They have a park, and they call it Needle Park for obvious reasons. I mean, it's not hard to figure out why. When you guys first see this, if anybody hasn't seen any of these kinds of pictures from our own country, you're going to think it's a third world country. Okay? And there's no other way to think. I mean, it really truly does look like that. So let me I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple pictures here going for you guys, because I think it's important to do it this. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't mean for that to happen. Oh, goodness. All right. So, everybody still okay in there? I haven't even looked at the chat. I am sorry. So, what I'm going to do, again, I'm gonna go ahead and start showing some of these pics, and what I'm gonna do is there's some mug shots here I want to show you guys, okay? And these are really, really powerful if you just pay attention, okay, to what I'm getting ready to tell you, okay? And we've shown before and afters before, but these are, I mean, just a lot to take in. So you guys can see that, obviously, and again, guys, I know that this isn't the most pleasant thing to look at, but this is real. This is life. This is what's happening. Okay, that was January 2008 on the left. That's August 2008 on the right. 8 months. That's how fast the stuff can go downhill. Okay. So yeah, and now let me get you another one here. All right, there is no date on that one. My guess is maybe a year or two. All right, and guys, I'm not showing you guys this to make anybody like feel disgust or anything like that. I'm showing you guys these things because this is really what we're trying to fight. We're trying to get this kind of stuff out, right? And I'm not so naive to think that we're ever going to get this to go all the way away. I mean, that would be a ridiculous statement for somebody to say. But we have to understand that is the goal. We have to still keep that goal, right? That's what we're focusing on. We don't want to focus on the 80% that relapse like we talked about before. We want to focus on the 20% that doesn't. That's the group you want to be in, right? So with that being said, these kinds of images can really bring home, especially people that have never, how can I say this? That have never, I don't even know how to say it, had an addiction, right? If you're watching this right now, guys, and you've never seen an addiction, seen what an addiction looks like, this is it. This is what they look like, guys. Okay? So I want that to be made perfectly clear, because this can happen to anybody. And I mean anybody. So don't think it can't happen to you. That's what I used to think. Remember, guys, I never even had an issue with opiates until I was 35. I was 35 when I realized that I had an issue. Right? So, man, I just don't, I don't even know what to say sometimes, because it truly is, it's kind of, you don't want to focus on all the negative all the time, right? But we got to be real. And what's happening, guys, is these are the guys that are, they've gotten themselves in trouble, and that's why they're there getting their mug shots. That's as simple as that. But these are also the guys that need the help, right? And when people look at these pics, and a lot of people are going to see, oh my God, that's disgusting, or oh my God, look at that person, and they start judging, right? That's not what we're doing here. Not even close to what we're doing here. And what we're doing here is, when I see these pictures, you know what I see? First off, I see myself 11 years ago. That's what I see. And I remember how I felt. So these guys are probably feeling the same way. Okay? And again, I'm not trying to like overstate any of this. I'm not trying to do any of that. But what I am trying to do is show you what it actually looks like. And the best way to do it is by real pictures. These are mug shots, guys. I mean, these come straight up off the, right up off the press. I mean, there's no other way to say that one. But yeah. And so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bring this one full screen because you'll be able to see it better. Give me 1 second here. This is going to be a picture of Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. Okay? And this is not a third world country. So I will just, I'm just simply going to, there you go. So what do we see? What are we seeing there, guys? If I was to zoom in, you guys could probably see bunches of needles. No, nothing happened to Tommy, guys. Okay? He's just taking the night off. So don't even think that. He's just taking the night off. Sometimes we got to do that, guys. Okay? It's just what it is. There's days I've had to do that too. But we're not going to concentrate on that because Tommy wouldn't want us to. All right? And he'll be back tomorrow. Okay, nothing like that. He just needed the night off. So, anyway. Yeah, he just needed a little break tonight, guys. So, maybe he might need tomorrow off. I don't know. I don't know yet. But everybody gets into that headspace sometimes, guys. And when we're overwhelmed, he's simply just extremely tired also. So, just so you know. And prayers for Tommy. Yes, exactly, Joanna. Thank you. That was on point. So, you guys see that, right? I mean, what we're looking at there, do you guys see obviously you see the guy in the green shirt, right? Guys, he's knotted out. He's standing up, bent over at the hips, out. Remember the video I showed you guys, me and Tommy showed you guys of the guy doing some benzo dope in the front of the car with his wife? This guy right here probably did it right there where he's standing. Or very close to it. And I'm not going to show you video because I don't want to show somebody else's videos without getting permission from them first, even though we could do it with fair use and all that. I'm not, I want people to go watch it there and get their traffic over there. They deserve it. They went and filmed it, all that stuff, right? Not to say that we won't ever show a video, because we do and we will. But for now, this right here, guys, what you would see is, just like in the video we showed you guys a couple days ago, a slow bend. They start bending, right? And then boom, 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 boom. And then the next thing you know, they're down like there, and they will stay like that for an hour. They literally don't know they're bent in half, standing straight up, out. And when they wake up, they don't remember any of it. That's another bad thing, guys. You can't fix yourself if you don't know what yourself looks like, right? I mean, am I mistaken when I say that, or is it just I don't know? I don't know what to say there on that end of it, but so yeah, that was Kensington in Philadelphia. Now I've got a couple more here that I'm going to go ahead and show you. I just got to get them brought up here, and again, guys, why I'm showing you guys these is just for this, just so you guys know what it looks like. I don't, man, some of these are even hard for me to look at, and I've seen a lot of these. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we will put that there, and I'll flop that over to there. Okay, so that is another pic. I mean, yeah. And again, guys, when I see these pics, I feel very, very I don't know, I feel compassionate for these people. I feel compassion. I feel a little bit of pity, but not much, because, a lot of that is because of decisions that they made. That doesn't mean that I don't care about what happens to them. I very much care. And that's why we do what we do. So it doesn't have to be pity to have, most people don't want your pity. They just want compassion. They want you to show, hey, I'm not being judged here, there, or over where, right? But at the same time, we got to be real about some stuff. We've got to be real. And yeah. So yeah, oops, sorry about that, guys. Did I do something stupid there? Let's make sure I didn't do something craziness. All right, hopefully we're still there. I think we are, but yeah, we're still there. Okay. For some reason my computer did something weird there. Sorry about that. But yeah, crying for them hurts. Yeah, it really does, Virginia. It's a good comment. What you got going on, Major? You okay, man? I'm just now catching up on the... Nobody listens to you, Major. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay to come in here and say that. I get that feeling. I really do sometimes. I think all of us kind of. Would you guys agree? Let him know in there, guys. We all kind of feel like that sometimes, that nobody's listening, and that does make things a little harder. If you're talking, you're trying to get advice, you're trying to get help. And no, it's okay, man. You're allowed to have a bad day, and that's what I'm saying. That's the whole kind of the whole thing tonight. It's okay, and that's why we talk. That's where we've been really, really hammering on the communication part, and the fact that you said all that lets me know that you're communicating, and that's typically that. Even though it might seem not healthy at the beginning, it is healthy. As long as the conversation continues and nobody walks away from it. So, and there you go. Nika says it right there. The Major sending you love. It's been tough for me today too. And yeah, and let me tell you something, guys. Again, when I say things are tough for myself, and again, I just showed you guys a very, very I guess powerful picture, if you want to say it in those words. I don't want to claim something all powerful or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm saying is that these are very, very real pictures. These are just clipped off of off the internet. But I could show you the video and them going down the street. It's It's not a hard thing to see. It's not a hard, I mean, and let me tell you this, guys. Please don't get like curious and go to these kinds of places and try to go down the street. Okay? First off, you're going to be in a place where you're going to be surrounded by the things that you hate or that you should hate, which would be drugs. The second thing is, these are not safe places. Okay? So here's another pick, and I think this one kind of hits home too. You know, that right there lets you know that it's hitting across all different kinds of gender, all different kinds of races, all of it. It is not prejudiced at all in any certain way. Addiction is addiction. Now, don't get me wrong, typically when you in a more impoverished neighborhood or whatever, the numbers do tend to be higher because people aren't living very well. So they're looking for an out, and we all know the stuff that's around that. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about that this stuff is real and that we can get past this. We can. How do we do that? I mean, honestly, how do we do that? Well, we communicate. We don't get ourselves to the place where we disengage from the conversation. Okay? You don't want to do that. The second you do that is really where you're going to see a drastic change in whatever you're going through at that time. It will take a turn for the worst the second you quit communicating with whoever you need to communicate with. Right? And if you guys disagree with me, please tell me. I mean, that's what we do here. It's not I don't know everything. Tommy doesn't know everything. But we are here to communicate, and we are here to let you guys see things that you probably wouldn't see on many other channels other than the ones that are actually doing these where they go down there and they take the pictures. They do the I guess quote unquote real journalists. I guess I could call them that. Whatever that means. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this one too. I got another one here I want to show you because I think this one's actually pretty good too. Well, there it is. That's you see one guy standing there, right? But you guys see what's on the ground? I mean, if you guys were to zoom in on these pictures, you would see, and I don't have my cursor set up to where I can like point at stuff. I might do that in the future, but if you guys if you take a screenshot of this, what you'll see is you zoom in, you'll start seeing bunches of needles. You start seeing just rigs is what they call them. They're rigs. They get ready to administer the drug to their system through a needle. But with the new stuff, the benzo stuff, yes, they can inject that too, but the most easiest and the most powerful way that they do that is through smoking it, typically on a piece of foil. Now, we showed you guys that in the previous video, and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do any kind of thing at all here. I just want you guys to know that you'll see that stuff on the ground. So when somebody comes up to you and says this, man, I don't agree with no needle exchange program, show them these pictures. Show it to them. Okay? Because guess what? 2 or 3 blocks away from this right here, and I think Leisure, he's been down through there before. I think you did. Didn't you say that, Christian? I think you did, buddy, if I remember right. And you can kind of probably back me up on this. And I could probably go get some photographs of this also. You go 2 or 3 blocks from this, and you would have no idea that this is what was going on. I'm serious. It's almost like it's been corralled into a certain area because it has. That was intentional, guys. The city didn't know what to do. And this is in a lot of big cities. They won't just outright say it, but that's what they're doing. That's what they do. They bring it to one area. And they're trying to corral it in. What's that do? Well, now you got this really, really, rough part of town that everybody is at, and everybody's doing their thing, and it doesn't get policed. Okay, it doesn't. If these areas were being policed, how typically in our mind we think that it should be, none of that would look like that, right? And again, guys, yeah. Is the chat frozen, guys? That's what Trish said. Let me know if that chat is frozen, and then we'll try to save it here if I can. Not sure if I can or not, but we'll try. Somebody give me a 5 for 5, if you could. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Miss Z. Joanna. Good to see you, girl. Thanks for backing me up on that, Laser. Appreciate you, man. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was this. Hey, Cemetery. Good to see you. All right. Thanks, Stacy. So, yeah, guys. Okay, Trish. Hey, Swiss Vape, what's happening? Hey, Charlie, good to see you. Seventh's in here, too. Joanna's there again. And I love you guys. I really do. I'll be Flaming Jackson right now. Yeah. Hulk smash that like button, guys, for Lord Kiss Freak there. Chris, please. Hulk smash that button right now. What we got right now? How many we got? We got, 12 of them? 12 likes? Let's get that thing up to like 30 or something, like right now. If you forgot to hit it, or if you don't like it, hit the dislike. No biggie. Hey, Blue Dazzle. What's happening? So, yeah. Forgive me for this, but who's Felipe? Which, love you, Chris. Who is Felipe? I know it's one. Is it Nika? Or is it, I don't know. I don't think it's Nika, but, one of these screen names. I'm just trying to put a name with a name, guys. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. Flamin's in here. What's up, buddy? What is up? If you guys didn't know you were loved, just ask Flamin. He'll tell you. Yeah, Tommy's fine, guys. Okay? Oh, dear, I think you've broken it. I don't think anybody has noticed. Oh, I didn't break nothing, I don't think. Yeah, I'm just leaving that picture up there for a minute. Here, we'll get that off there. Okay? Yeah, we can go back to my face here for a minute. Oh, man, daggone. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that, guys. Sorry. It's really, when I hit that button there, usually it's a, it'll do a transition for me. I don't know why the transition is not. Oh, I know why now. Never mind. I can't transition from the same scene. Never mind. It's all technical crap nobody really cares about but me. Hey, Virginia, what's going on? Okay, guys. So, yeah. Now, I do have a couple more here. A couple more mug shots I'm going to show you guys. Let's go ahead and transition over to that one. All right. I mean, let me ask you guys this. Do you see the girl there on the left? And obviously the girl on the right's the same person. Do you see the despair, the just attitude as she just gave up? Can you guys see that in her eyes? I know I can. And if you look on the left, you know what's different from the left to the right? She has a little bit of fear in that left picture. That fear is gone in the right because she's given up. And that's what's sad to me. You can see it in her eyes, guys. You see how it's kind of, if you look at her eyebrows, you can see it. Because her eyes are more open, and you can see her lids are a little bit more drooped. Now on the right, she's got her head tilted, glasses on, I don't even care anymore. So, why I say all that is to let you know that first off, you're not alone when you feel like that. Okay? Second off, this is where it gets. And the time frame's different for everybody. But if you start on the left, I promise you, if you don't come off of that road, you're going to end up like the right. There's no in between there, guys. There you go, flame it, love it. Hey, that's our flower garden. Love that. Heck yeah, dude. Digging on that one, brother. Digging on that one. So, yeah. Let's see what other ones. Okay, now this one here, guys, I'm going to show it to you, and this one really kind of hit home for me. First off, let me say this. That isn't an attractive lady. That lady's attractive. On the left. Okay? And you see the pain. Now, when you guys look at the faces here, what do you guys see? I'll wait here for a minute. Let's see what you guys think. What's the difference? What's the main difference that you guys see? Hey, Roxanne, good to see you. Hey, Full of Hope, what's happening? What's the main difference that you see? And I'm talking about an emotional thing, not the actual physical part of it. Yeah, you're right, Virginia. I mean, I do. Guys, I catch a whole lot of compassion for these guys, and I really wish that a lot of other people would be. Stacy hit part of it right there. Anger. Yes. Anger. Anger. That woman is mad. She's mad. And why is she mad? I mean, look at her on the left. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, mean. Yeah, all that applies. You know, because it does. Yeah, we'll work on that, Major, maybe here in the next week or so, for sure. But that was a 7-year process for her. Right? And Chris, and maybe you could chime in on this one, Chris. I mean, because I know that you were, dealing a long time ago. And, and for those that don't know who Chris is, we did an interview with Chris a while back. Well, really kind of close to the beginning of the channel. Please go back and watch it. That's Lord Piss Freak, in case you guys don't know who he is. He is the only person that used to deal drugs that I've ever heard apologize to the people he dealt drugs to on this show, to the world. And you could see how hard that not that saying sorry was hard, it's just the stuff before it affected him in that way, and that was hard. And it was very powerful, I have to say. It really was, Chris. And I know we talked about that before, but this applies tonight, guys. And I would ask Chris, he's probably seen this transformation if he was dealing drugs, right? Back in the day. This is a transformation that you would typically probably see. And I think the time frame is going to be different depending on your drug of choice and how much money you can come by, or what your finances are going to come in there, your situation where you're living, all that, right? Hey, Missy. Yeah, it was powerful, wasn't it, Joanne? That's why we keep talking about it, guys. But anyway, back to this picture here. I mean, you can see she's so mad. You could tell. She's like, just put me in a cell and give me some food, I mean, that's really what she's thinking. I guarantee it. She's probably thinking, man, it's better than where I was at. Now and here's another thing that's probably going across her mind. I can't get high now. I got arrested. That's probably what she's so mad about. And my guess is she's probably carrying that with her all the time now. Oh, really? That's awesome, dude. I mean, come on. You can't make that stuff up, guys. Wow, man. Lord Gus Freaks says, hey, Mark, I apologize to one of my old customers in person a couple months ago. It was tough, but so worth it. Man, Chris, I bet that was a healing moment for you, man. Had to be. For both of you, probably. That's a hard thing to do, guys. You know, because every time he does that, he's admitting that he did something wrong back in the day. But he's making amends for that. And that goes a long way for Chris's mental health issue, if he has any. I mean, I'm not saying like massive mental health issue, just your mental mind frame. It goes a lot to fix that. Whatever problems, because we all have problems, right? So, I mean, it had to be so, I mean, just hard to say, but once it came out of your mouth, I couldn't imagine the relief you felt, man. It had to be. Had to be some relief there. And that's what I want everybody to understand. It's been my experience, and here's the thing. The rest of the world may not tell you this. But it's been my experience. There are way more people out there that are good than bad. And that's just, for me, that's what I see. I'm not a glass half empty kind of guy, right? And if you are a glass half empty kind of person, I'm not judging you. All I'm saying is that's your personality, right? But I see more good people out there than bad. Why do we always see the bad? Well, because that's what makes a story. That's why these guys do this, right? I mean, you go on the mainstream media or whatever, that's what they're looking at. They want something that's drama-filled, and I get it. I mean, I understand why. But in my everyday walk, when I'm walking down the street, I used to do this. I used to just be so... I would catch something, and it would just, man, be like right in my face, and I would immediately start judging people. And now I find myself looking at the same people and truly feeling some compassion and some pity. Those kinds of feelings come in. Because now I care, and now I see. Because I went through it. Maybe not the exact situation, but I know, and I've been through similar stuff. By the way, guys, best team in the world. You either love them or you hate them. Cowboys. Cowboys all the way, baby. Hey, JJ. Good to see you. There you go, Major. Major said it. No, there really is no better way to say that. You know, treat people the way you expect to be treated. You know, do unto others as you would, do unto yourself. Those kinds of things. And you know, that's not even a religious thing. That's more of I guess, I don't know what you would call that. I guess I don't think it's a parable, but I'm drawing a blank on the word. But yeah. And let me tell you guys this. I had something, I'm going to share this with you guys because, yeah, it was pretty powerful for me. Okay. You guys know I missed the other day. What day was it? Saturday Saturday, I believe. Whatever day that was. We were painting. And my mom and my dad were over here. And my kids were too. And, the past few years, my relationship with my parents hasn't been the greatest. And a lot of that's my fault. Okay? I'm not putting blame on anybody here or anything like that. Some of that's my fault. Some of it's theirs. And what I have done is I don't care anymore who's to blame. Okay? I don't blame people anymore. I'm not going to point my finger at nobody, including myself. Okay? And I think that's probably the best thing that people can do. Just fix the problem. Who cares? Who cares who's to blame? Does it really matter? And I'm not talking about like serious crimes and stuff like that. I'm talking about in our everyday life. When you're fighting with your kids, when you're fighting with your spouse, when you're fighting with your parents, when you finally get to the point where you can think about what's actually going on, you will eventually realize that it mattered not who started it and who was to blame for the whole thing. A lot of times what ends up happening in a big, long, drawn-out fight or argument people forget what they even started fighting about. And that's such a powerful thing in our addiction recovery. People forget. But they continue to fight. Why? Well, you got ego, you got pride, all those things kind of step in. Nobody likes to be proven wrong or said that, hey, you're wrong. Nobody likes, that doesn't feel good, right? Why not do stuff like this? Hey, I think maybe we can talk about this, but I'm really not concerned about putting blame on anybody. So let's just talk about what the actual problem was, and I'll listen to how you feel about it, and then you can listen to how I feel about it, and then maybe we can move on. That's what adults do, guys. There you go, Seventh. Good one, brother. Yeah. The path to success isn't always straight. 100%. I would say that I'd take it even a step further. Hey, Holly, Miss Hermit, that the path to success very seldom is straight. Okay? So just, yeah. Let's see here. Kathy says, my daughter had their moped stolen at the store and went down the mountain to get her. I love them. I've been clean 51 years. She lied. I got arrested the beginning of May. I didn't do anything. Yeah, that's a rough situation, right? Sorry you're going through that. Prayers for you. Prayers for you. Flamin', I love you, brother. You're killing me, man. Killing me. Love it. You know what my friend used to say? He's passed on, but he used to say, peace, love, and humptiness. Used to crack me up. But anyway, this weekend when I was painting, you guys have heard me tell you the story about at my mom's birthday party. I was going to watch my nephew, and I had to go get my prescription from the clinic that next day, and he was going to have to go with me. And when I said that, my mom says, I don't want him, because that's her grandson. My nephew is, obviously. Anyway, my mom said, I don't want him going out there with those people. And I told you how I handled that situation, and I handled it pretty well. I just kind of looked at her and I said, I am those people. And, my first reaction was just to snap off, right? But I stopped myself. Now, I don't know that I could have stopped myself a year into recovery, right? But I had been, I think it was 7 or 8 years into recovery at that point. But this weekend, and she doesn't watch the show, guys. She's never even been on YouTube but a couple times. I think she might watch once in a while now. Now I showed her how to do it. My mom's an awesome person. Always knew I was loved 100% of the time. I could do the worst thing in the world and she would still love me. My dad's the same way. And I knew that growing up. I had a really good, that part of it. We all have our bad things that happen when we're kids and, whatever. Again, I'm not putting blame. It's just not even about that. But she says to me, because we got to talking, because her brother had passed away from alcoholism. And she didn't know all the details because he passed away at my grandpa's house. The family didn't have the money to clean the mess up. So me and my cousin from the other side of the family, I guess probably really weren't technically even cousins, but we went in and cleaned it up. And I there's no other way to explain it but to say this, that it looked like a Freddy Krueger movie. Okay, his esophagus had busted and he'd had it banded 3 times, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is that we got to talking about that, and I was telling her, I told her multiple times before, trying to get her to explain things, how I felt and why, how did I get to where I was going, and how did I get to this point, right? And again, remember, guys, she'd never even seen me talk about this on this channel. She says to me, she said, Mark, you said, the time, after that, at my birthday party, and that happened, where, she said, I don't want him out there with those people. And I said, I am those people. She said, that's the moment she started to understand where I was actually at in my head and how I got to where I was going. And it was very healing for me to hear it. Yeah, but you know, I waited for years to hear that. But yeah, I made it past it. So sorry about that, guys. I didn't really think that was going to happen right there. But okay. Anyway, again, I waited for years for that. So what I'm saying is, people love you. Sometimes they don't know what to say to you. Okay, and those of us that were in this life and what we did, we have to give them, the people that we love, enough time to understand. We have to. And I wasn't giving her that time. I got really mad for a long time. There's a lot of putting blame. I don't do that. Like I said, I quit doing that. But yeah, so that was awesome for me this weekend. Even though I missed the show, yeah, I can't tell you how much I needed that. All right, but enough of that. So, but yeah, we got to give the people that we love enough time, right? And as we're looking at this stuff, and as we're looking at the stuff in the streets, when I said to her, I am those people, right? Guess what? I was that person. I was that person. I was that person. I was that person. And I was that person. So you guys have to understand, okay? You have to understand that that's who you were. And that's what your family's seen. That healing cannot take place overnight. And that's why when I see these people, I feel different now than what I used to. I don't judge. I don't put blame. It doesn't do any good. Okay? The blame doesn't do any good. All it does is add. That's all it can. That's it. That's all it can do. It adds to the bad part of it. Now, again, I'm not saying... That's right, Holly. Thank you. 100%. You know, me and Tommy get asked a lot of times, why do you guys do this? And this is another reason why I'm doing this show tonight, because of what we've been talking about. You know, yesterday and what's been happening the past few weeks and all that. We were those people, but we're helping those people now. This is why we do it. Because we want the world to know that just because somebody has made some massive mistakes in this world, they are no less important than anybody else walking around. And oftentimes, those of us that struggle with addiction, or, you know, and I've said 1,000 times that my family is the reason why I am okay, why I got and was able to stay sober. I've never relapsed. And again, guys, I say that, and I know some people probably, oh, you could, there's no way. If you knew my wife, if you knew my mom, if you knew my dad, if you knew my kids, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't. That's how wonderful they are. You know, when I first got married, you know, obviously I look at my wife as my wife, right? But it took this whole situation that I've been through the past, even before I got addicted, to understand that she's my best friend. Also, my back was killing me when I was out there trying to help, you know, trying to paint those cabinets. My son stepped up and just jumped in. Those are things that you don't forget, because I don't know that I could have kept going with the painting and all that kind of stuff. It really was hard physically on me. And it's not just my son. My daughter, oh my God, she's a wonderful girl. I mean, she goes out to the store, and anytime she gets something at the store or whatever, almost every time she thinks about me because she brings me home something. I mean, honestly, I mean, look, like this. Can you guys see that? That's a Mandalorian pop socket for the back of your phone. She bought me that. For what reason? No reason at all. Just because I'm her dad. And let me say, and I'll say this right here, and I know because we're getting to the top, but I'm her dad, right? But guess what? He's somebody's dad too. He really, you know, he's somebody's dad. He might be somebody, he's 100% somebody's son. Whether they're still here or not. My point is, these guys are no different than us. Even if you've never been addicted. They're people. And we see it in our streets. And we just draw a blind eye to all of it. It's sickening what we do. It truly is. But I see why. I understand why. Just like my mom. It took her to hear me say that. And I didn't say it. Here's the thing, guys. When that happened, I didn't scream or yell. That's why it was more powerful for her. If I would have stood there and just went off and said, hey, I am those people, and started screaming and yelling, do you honestly think that any of that would have happened afterwards? No. She would have shut down and went the other direction. I promise. We have to give our family that time. We have to give the people that love us the time. We have to give society the time that it needs. But we have to be a part of it. We have to be a part of the conversation. The communication has to be there. Or none of it gets fixed. None of it. Yeah, Joanna. I mean, and that's, you know, you're that's exactly right. I mean, yeah. Hey, Bubba News, good to see you. But yeah, guys, I didn't really mean for all that to come out like that. I don't apologize for that, but that wasn't my intent to get that. I didn't expect that to hit me like it did, but that does let you guys see that me and Tommy, that's why we're doing what we're doing. It truly is. That's why we keep doing it. Because we know we not only were we those people, we still are. Just because we're not in that life and living like that, we're one handful of pills away from it. Or one rig away from sticking it. One piece of foil with some junk crap on it just from not, right? Don't quit trying, Virginia. Don't quit trying. That's really when it goes, well, another way to say it, to hell in a handbasket. If they get you to the point where you don't want to talk about it, keep talking. And you can't stop. You might have to walk away for that day or whatever. It doesn't really do good if people are screaming at each other. There's nothing positive comes from that. Yeah, Kathy, there are those people, guys. Honestly, listen, what I showed you guys there, those were people that were in mugshots from addicts, right? And I could have went and just got regular pictures of people off the street somewhere. It was just easier to find those because it really represents it, and it's public record, and so there's no chance of some sort of a copyright or anything like that, and that's why I use those pictures. But yeah, there are situations, guys, like Kathy says. All those people you showed, excuse me, they are mean, horrible, dangerous. They look like the most wanted in Hawaii after 22 years of my son's behavior. I'm glad we still have the TRO, which a TRO is a temporary restraining order, in case people don't know. But what I would say, Kathy, is that they're not all like that. But I get why you see that, right? I get that. And there are people out there that are doing bad things just to do bad things. And yes, we did lots of bad things, right? I'm not saying people don't need to be accountable for what they do. As a matter of fact, I told you guys, please don't go down into these areas, right? Because it definitely is not what you want to do. You don't want to do that. There's no reason to do that. But I get what Kathy's saying there. I understand it. I may not 100% agree, but I get what she's saying. And it's okay for her to feel like that. It really is. And, hopefully through the rest, as we keep moving in life, all of us, including, I include myself in everything I say here, that we are always, like we say before, moving forward or moving back. We're never just standing still. Right? So if you can move forward just a little at a time, that healing starts to happen. And like I said earlier, guys, when I see those people, I used to feel the same way. It took me a long time to not. Right? Because you got to understand, those people are probably in the worst part of their lives ever. So, but I get it, Kathy. I really do. I'm not just concentrating on your comment there, but I get what you're saying. But I hope that at some level, people can find some healing there. I get you. No, and that's, yeah, Kathy. That's what I'm saying. Please don't think I'm coming at you on that. I just wanted to, address that one because I used to feel that way too. I really did, about everybody. And I think that's the difference, is that I've gotten so far away from that now that I can actually step out of what I used to feel and see things from a different set of eyes. And, and it's like I said, when people do bad things, yes, there needs to be accountability for that. I am not, don't ever think I would ever think that, because I actually push probably too hard the other way sometimes. And again, I'm not going to get into the political side of all that, but I do see that, Kathy. I really do. And I think a lot of us can understand that. I think a lot of us here could see that, and probably all of us have probably felt that, if I was to guess. So, yeah, Blue Dazzle, you feeling any better? And it is about that time, top of the hour there, isn't it, guys? And again, guys, I'm sorry that I didn't really mean for all that to happen tonight. I was kind of a little bit unprepared, and I shouldn't have been. I had some time to do it. Tommy didn't do anything. Didn't like give me. He gave me enough time. I should have been prepared. Is what I'm trying to say. And I just wasn't. But with that being said, guys, again, Tommy will probably be back tomorrow. If not, he might take one more day off or whatever. Just understand that, you know, sometimes when we're doing what we do see a lot of people that are struggling, right? We talk to people, and yeah, I get that too, Kathy. No, I really do. I'm not trying to persuade you anyway. I mean, people need to get where they're going their own way. You know what I mean? But I get it. I'm not, yeah. So thank you. Okay. But yeah. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and pop off here on that one. And, yeah. We will take off. And, yeah, no cat in the basket tonight, guys. As a matter of fact, oh, you know what I got? Here, I'll show you something. I got a Grogu. I think my daughter got me this, if I remember right. See that? You know? So, but that's good, Major. No cats were harmed in the making of this video whatsoever. That's right. That's right. And yeah, guys. So, guys, just I'm going to go ahead and pop off here, and thank you guys for just letting me say what I needed to say. Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. Grogu, I think is his real name, is what they call him. But anyway, guys, God bless. And like Tommy always says, what do we got to do? It's out here on the side. What's it say? Go out and save somebody, right? Yeah, sometimes you have to, Virginia. You really do. You might have to, you know, sometimes pushing harder means to kind of like not push as hard. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's not. If you think about that for a second, you might get what I'm saying there. But I would go further. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to help everybody here. I wish I could. Yeah. Anyway. So anyway, guys. God bless. Go out and save somebody. And, yeah. We will see you tomorrow.